In this video, I'm going to tell you what is going on between the FIA and F1. Here in America, it's a little bit complicated, especially for the newer people that are watching F1. Okay, isn't F1 the same thing as the FIA? Or no, it's different. And here I want to tell you what the differences are and what actually is going on. So before I do that, let me read to you a couple of articles and then I'll tell you and I'll give you my opinion on this. This first one says that the FIA president adopts more hands-off role to F1 operations. The FIA president will take a hands-off approach to F1 operations with day-to-day set to be managed by CEO Natalie Robin and single-seater director Nicholas Tombazis. Basically, this article is to say that he is going to be stepping back a little bit, and then these two people, the CEO and the single seat director, they are going to be in charge. Now, many people think that this is because the news comes after a spate of controversy between the governing body and F1 over the rumored sale of the commercial rights to Saudi Arabia. Tensions increased when F1 issued a legal letter to the governing body warning over inflated valuation comments after Ben Sulayem sent a series of social media messages regarding any sale rumors. However, these controversies are unrelated to this change of role, having been in the planning for the first year of his presidency. He had already said once he assumed the F1 presidency that this is what he was gearing towards. Now, what is this legal letter? And first of all, what did the president say on Twitter? So let's go to his Twitter, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. And on January 23rd, he said, as the custodians of the FIA as a non-profit organization is cautious about alleged inflated price tags of 20 billion being put on F1. Any potential buyer is advised to apply common sense, consider the greater good of the sport, and come with a clear, sustainable plan, not just a lot of money. It is our duty to consider what the future impact will be for promoters in terms of increased hosting fees and other commercial costs, and any adverse impact that it could have on fans. Basically, he is trying to say, if this goes through, if there's a $20 billion valuation placed on the commercial rights for F1 after Liberty Media have actually bought it for like $8 billion in 2017, this will inflate the prices that the organizers will have to pay. Who's going to pay for that increase in price? This guy and that guy. Yes, you watching me. You're going to have to pay now even more for tickets. So what happened after he said this is F1, basically, okay, let's understand. F1, how it's called, is Liberty Media at this moment because they bought the rights to commercialize all the TV rights and all the commercial rights of the sport. So they profit from that. Liberty Media is a US company that's publicly traded and is one of the biggest companies in the world. Okay, so they are F1, okay, for purposes of us understanding here in America. A legal warning was issued by Formula One towards the FIA, which following the comments made by President Mohammed Ben Sulayem. Okay, let's see what the letters say. Okay, it stated that the FIA president comments interfered with our commercial rights in an unacceptable manner when he referred to an alleged inflated price tag of $20 billion. Who's going to pay $20 billion? The Saudis. Of course. I mean, they have money to burn and they want to buy everything. They've been buying everything. Sports teams left and right. Premier teams. They just bought Ronaldo. I mean, it's crazy. So they want to get into F1 because they see that here in the US and worldwide, F1 is growing and growing and growing. So they want to have their hands in that, and they don't mind upfronting $20 billion to get into that. Okay. F1 believes President Ben Sulayem overstepped the bounds of both the FIA's remit and its contractual rights by making comments suggesting potential buyers apply common sense rather than lots of money. The letter stated that Formula One has the exclusive rights to exploit the commercial rights in the FIA Formula One World Championship. Further, the FIA has given unequivocal undertakings that it will not do anything to prejudice the ownership, management, and or exploitation of these rights. We consider that those comments made from the FIA president's Twitter account interfere with our rights in an unacceptable manner. The letter also detailed Formula One's stance on any potential purchase requiring consultation with the FIA prior to sale. Any suggestion or implication that any potential purchaser of the Formula One business is required to consult with the FIA is wrong, and they're right in that aspect. Any potential buyer does not need to ask permission to the FIA in order to purchase these rights. We just have to see here that there's a campaign now going on, crazy websites coming out from 20 years back that have Ben Sulayem's name on it, saying sexist remarks. These were already known by the FIA prior to all of this going on, but now all of a sudden they're being leaked. So there's a smear campaign going on. Basically, when a huge corporation with tons and tons of money wants to get something done, all of a sudden things from your past starts coming out. If he said something like that, it's reproachable. It's nothing, that should be tolerated. But that was 20 years ago, and it looks like the man has moved on. The CEO he just appointed, for heaven's sake, is a woman. And all the people around F1, there's a big, or the FIA, there's a big diversity. If you look at F1, or in this case, Liberty Media, it's a ton of old white guys that are pretty rich, and that's it. And they probably found somebody brown or black and they threw them in there. For them to scoop this low and start, the smear campaign, but hey, it's dollars. It's billions of dollars in play. I just want to give you my take on all of this is that some people are going to get filthy rich if this deal goes through and the Saudis come in with $20 billion. But guess who pays at the end of the day? Just like, MBS said, we do. There are prices out there that are stupidly ridiculous, that they're pricing the true fan out of the sport. For heaven's sake, there was a $5 million ticket for Las Vegas. Are you serious right now? F1 is our sport, is motorsports. It's something that we love, that the fan loves. Don't start profiting ridiculously out of it, so to a point that we get priced out and we won't be able to see it anymore. That's my opinion on it. Your opinion could be the same, it could be different. Let me know down here. Yeah, down there, just check it and let me know, what do you think about this? And if you're following me, fantastic. I love you guys. If not, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to, thank God, the first race, Bahrain weekend starting March 3rd. But we have still a few more liveries to see. And also we have testing. It's just going to be a day and a half of testing or something like that. But we have cars on the track. So guys, I will see you next time. Thank you for stopping by.